Sara. If you're new to our channel, my husband Matt and I practice the homesteading lifestyle, and today I'm sharing with you what is going on in the Homestead Kitchen. We've got a lot going on right now. In fact, we just finished up some digital learning for the day. We have 2 boys who are in school, and we are just finishing up a 2-week quarantine. So we finished that up, and I'm gonna get some supper made, and I thought I would take you along. So I'm actually going to be making some chicken, some wild rice, a Minnesota staple, and some veggies. So the first thing I'm doing today is I am making some wild rice. I'm actually using some bone broth to cook the rice. This was just some broth we had in the freezer that we made up. It was a real quick broth. You can tell it's pretty light colored. But any little added nutrients for our dish is always good, right? Can you tell this wasn't fully thawed? While I've got my broth boiling to cook my rice in, I'm gonna get my chicken started. I'm cooking half a chicken today that I pulled from the freezer back when we butchered chickens with our family. I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil on our chicken just so it cooks really well. And I'm gonna put a little bit in the bottom of the pan too, just so that it doesn't burn to the pan. Probably should have put it in there before I put the chicken in, but oh well. I'm gonna season our chicken with a little bit of black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. And today I'm adding some of our dried herbs. The only herbs we have hanging drying are some dill seed and flowers, some dill weed, and some carrot tops. So I've been using the carrot tops a lot in place of like what I would use parsley for. So I'm just gonna use a little sprig of that on top. It is really chilly here today in Minnesota. We are in probably about the mid-30s, and I'm heating up the oven for the day, so I'm actually gonna cook this chicken on low in the oven for quite a while. We're gonna head down to the greenhouse and get some lettuce so we can have a salad with this supper. I didn't even realize it's actually snowing outside, so winter is here in Minnesota, and we're enjoying it, warming up the house by heating up the oven, and just trying to stay warm on these chilly days to come. So I got out to the greenhouse, and it was the strangest thing. For those of you who don't know, Matt and I have been recovering from the dreaded sickness. Our whole family got it, and in the process we lost our sense of taste and sense of smell, and mine is coming back slowly. But it's funny when something just hits me, and I walked in the greenhouse and all I could smell were onions. It was like this overwhelmingly potent onion smell, and I was like, oh, our onions are doing well. I can smell them, and they actually look really, really great. I think they're liking the cold weather, and they're just kind of popping up. We're not really sure what we're doing out here, and if you haven't seen any of our greenhouse updates, we're putting them out every Monday, so we'll let you know on Monday where everything is in the greenhouse. This lettuce has been just awesome. I just picked off of it yesterday, and the black seeded Simpson lettuce is really, it's already doing well, but it's not quite enough for us for salad for 6 people, so I'm going to actually use some spinach, and we'll have some spinach in our salad too. Alright, I gotta get back inside, check on that broth, see if it's boiling yet. Look at that snow, it is really coming down. The boys are gonna be so excited because I told them since they worked really hard on their schoolwork this morning, they could come out right after lunch today. I've got to get lunch made too, and oh, it's like right in my face right now. And then they can come out and play in the snow. It looks like we came in just in time. The broth just started boiling, so I'm going to get this wild rice cooking and start some lunch. This time of year tends to be crazy busy for us. We are ramping up with Christmas orders. Just Christmas season tends to be a lot of chaos, right? So we are going to cook this whole bag of wild rice. And the reason I'm cooking the whole bag is so we can have leftovers, because it makes the perfect addition to a quick soup or a quick side dish, or just kind of a quick add-in for anything that we'll be making this week. What is your guys' favorite rice? Leave a comment down below. I am using wild rice, which I just personally love. I think everybody in Minnesota loves it. We don't get it too often because it's a little more expensive, so usually we buy jasmine rice. That tends to be a family favorite as well. I am making just a real quick lunch, just some chicken nachos with some leftover chicken that we had. So I had this small leftover amount of chicken from some chicken sandwiches we had last night. I made this chicken in the strangest way. It was something I read on an online Facebook group, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that. We were just finishing up the end of our refrigerator pickles. It was just a great big ice cream bucket full, and we ate all the pickles out, and then we ate all the onions on sandwiches and stuff. We just love pickled onions. And then I read that some restaurants actually marinate their chicken for sandwiches in leftover pickle juice. And I was like, I bet that would be pretty good. So I dug through the freezer and I found chicken breasts, and I went ahead and I marinated them for a couple days in the leftover pickling brine. And we had sandwiches with them last night, and they were pretty good. I would definitely do it again just to kind of use up the end of the pickle juice. Feel like I didn't completely waste it. Obviously pickle juice is pretty salty, so it's probably why it was so good. But I didn't have to add a whole lot else to our sandwiches for flavor. Now Matt still has no taste left, so he couldn't even taste the pickle flavor on the chicken, so I'm interested to see what he thinks if I try it again. But everybody else in the house sure seemed to like it. I have some leftover red onions still from our garden, so I'm going to chop that up and put that on here. I'm trying to do a better job of making sure I save all my veggie scraps for bone broth, so I'm just keeping those in the freezer in a container. I decided I was gonna take some of my lettuce from those greens that I just brought in and washed for supper, and I am going to actually put some of it on top of our nachos because, yum. We always keep our jars in storage without the rings on them, because if we ever had a false seal on something we canned, we wouldn't know it. But I keep the rings right next to them in a box so that I can just grab one when I'm gonna open something, and I just use the ring to pop it off. Because I'm gonna store it with the ring back on anyways. Matt's mom actually taught me that trick when she saw me trying to open a jar with a butter knife, and she was like, whoa, what are you doing? I love dill weed for salad, so I'm so glad that I saved some of this from our garden. Thanks for cooking with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing what's going on in the Homestead Kitchen. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button down below. Glad you got to see me again. Bye. You want to say bye?